Well, hello everyone, welcome to the April plot tour. Thank you for everybody who liked and subscribed to my channel and liked my last video. So we're just going to have another look around in a similar sort of fashion to last time. So this is starting off in the rhubarb corner, which is growing rather nicely. And I've gone and edged this with a plastic edging, which, yes, less said about that the better. So we've planted in this corner here a tayberry. That's the tayberry Buckingham variety. There's a framework going to go in along the back there to support it, but that's a while off yet because it's got a bit of growing to do. Now you'd be forgiven for thinking that this has turned into a showroom for membrane. We've got quite a lot of it, but we've decided that we're going to suppress the weeds straight away, see whether we can actually get on top of things. And I'd love to put bark down, but at the end of this year we want to lift up the membrane and see if we can improve the levels again. So moving on to the fruit bed as was, just a little corner here that's left, and we're starting to have a more sort of educated guess as to what these things are that we've inherited. There's a gooseberry here, and we think we've got a black currant, certainly one that smells very much like it. So here we have wonderful membrane. This is still intended to be a squash bed, and we haven't even sown the squashes yet, because once they get going, they really do get going. And this is what we are referring to now as the spa garden. As in, Monty Don has got his jewel garden and writer's garden, and we thought, well, we might as well have a spa garden with our two wonderful baths. Got the manure down in the base at the moment, and today, after I've done the video, I'm going to be riddling some soil from the compost heap, which I'm intending to put on there, hopefully getting out the weeds, certainly get the stones out. So the beds have all been levelled and mostly prepped, and this one here, we've got some garlic growing away quite nicely. And that's the Solent white variety, fairly standard one. I was a little bit concerned initially when it went a bit yellow, thought we might have got rather too much urine in the horse manure or something like that, but it seems to have been stabilising. I think once it's got its roots beyond that, it's doing okay. So nothing yet in here. So our plans keep chopping and changing as we think of new things, and we realise that actually when a bed we allocated to one thing only really needs half a bed. So the compost heap, I'm getting some new pallets delivered today as I wait for the camera to decide to sharpen. That's it. So they'll be in reserve for rebuilding this, and we have plans for the shed as well, still looking like an air raid shelter rather than a shed. And coming round here, the apple tree, we think is an apple tree, it's had a good old prune. That was one of the tasks that I mentioned at the end of my previous video. It's probably got plenty more that can come off, but it's starting to bud now. And these lower branches, I did take some away, but I probably will take those away in future years because we don't want it expanding too much and being a nuisance trying to get past it. So nothing gone into that back bed there, as the weeds probably trying to take it back again, but we're going to put some comfrey in there so it can grow away and we can harvest it and pop it in the compost. And these two beds here, we've got the strawberries happily growing there, and we've decided we're going to put some sweet corn in here. Probably not fill the whole bed, so it was originally going to be sweet corn and courgettes, and now it's going to be half and half. So walking down Main Avenue, and we've got some beetroot and spinach under fleece at the moment. Beetroot's bolt hardy, and the spinach is Rubino. So they're hopefully coming on. I haven't had a look at them for a while. Now this is the flower bed, and I've been very fortunate because I found at the back of the shed a whole bunch of these bricks, and it just so happened that the ones lying around the plot and the back of the shed were exactly the right number to just define the edge. So I'm tending to put in some spot plants. Dahlias are coming on great. Probably bark around those, have a little bit of an entrance way there, see how that goes. That may not remain a flower bed in future years, but just for now it was either that or we're just going to leave it as membrane suppressing the weeds. So coming along to the Sarpomera pots, nothing happening as yet with those. They've only just recently gone in, so I'm just waiting to start topping those up with compost when they start appearing. And back to the wonderful rhubarb, which I must start cropping. Okay, and that is it. The plot for another month. Thank you very much.